All right, what is going on, everybody? Getting the last few things situated here. I'm running a little bit late this morning. So what's up? Everybody having a good morning this Tuesday morning. Taking a look at the USD JPY. A couple weeks ago, I said this was going to be a fantastic trade to take to the upside for the carry trade. It looks like it's playing out pretty good. So far, I'm still in the Euro USD shorts, Pound USD short, and short Bitcoin as well. Pardon the alarm going off. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. All right, where was I? Yeah, talking about the trades. Euro USD, Pound, and Bitcoin all short. I was trying to get into some dollar shorts as well. I did miss that trade. Let me just turn this down on my end for a minute. So I did miss this trade. What had screwed me up on it was the fact that we did break down below a support level. It wasn't the main support level, but it was a good enough support level. I was watching this as support, and then for the intraday opportunity, I was watching this support level there. And you can see that we did break down and close below that support level. Now, the very next day, I was aware that we traded right back up, exploding out of this area, making a bullish engulfing, aka outside, also known as an outside day reversal candle. The problem is it didn't come back and retest, right? It just, the very next day opened, you dropped just a little bit inside of this candle's range, and boom, and you've been doing that ever since. This was the first day that actually gave us a solid retest. And if I go back out to the hourly, I'll show you where it was and why I missed it. It was here. No, it wasn't here. It was, where was it? Oh, it was this one right here. This was the area that I was watching. It was also right into resistance as well. Here, there. So you can see that that's clearly resistance on the hourly. So we traded up into the resistance level. Let me stretch it out for you guys on mobile. We traded up into the resistance area and then threw in this big nasty candle. Now it did hold support. All right, but this was when the breakout was just getting started. You can see here's that low put in when we closed below support, and this is your engulfing. So you technically did get a solid pullback inside of that day, but it was at 3 o'clock p.m. I'm done looking for Forex entries at 9:10 at the latest, right? Most of the time at 9, I'm done because the move has already happened. You have the London Open at 3 a.m. and then the New York Open at 8 a.m. So the bulk of the volume is already done. So whichever way it goes is going to be continuation from those two opens, which is why I strongly suggest if you're taking trades in the FX market after 10 a.m., stop it. I mean, stop it. Unless you're a day trader or a swing trader or a position trader, and you're taking your stops and entries based off of 8-hour candles, that's different, right? If that's different, if you're doing that, that's fine. That means you're going to have a lot bigger of a stop loss. It's going to be a lot wider depending on how big the 8-hour candles range is. But it is a strategy. People do trade like that, so you can too. I mean, it's whatever you want. But anyways, back to this. It came down super hard, and I did not like that. The very next hour, but I was watching it, but I was busy watching other things, and then the very next hour, boom. So I missed it. That was the only chance there was to be an opportunity on that. And you can see it's just been absolutely crushing it. So waiting for a pullback on this one. We are getting into some daily resistance up here to the top side of this very, very tight range that it's been trading inside of since the high was put in on March the 31st of this year. So basically, most of the year, you've been trading inside of this range. All right. You're not broke out yet. You have broken out above the descending trend line. There. That's what we were looking at, right? You had a false break here. Then you traded back in, lured all the shorts in with this move here. This is why when I say, you guys, you have time, there's no reason to rush your positions. This shows you right here. So we were watching this as a potential breakout. This happened here, broke out above, came in, retested, and then dropped. So on this candle here, people got long on this retest. This stopped them out, traded up, showed a lower high, and then continuation. So on this push up, it's only natural that people are going to be looking for shorts here, but not us, because we were looking for a specific thing to take place. So this was a fake out move to the downside. So many people caught here, trapped short. This is why you're seeing a massive move to the upside, packed in with all the aggressive buying going on for the carry trade. You also have stopped out a lot of stock shorts. Now there could still potentially be shorts in this asset above this swing high. So that's where you're going to need to see a firm, strong breakout above that. If you get that, this thing can go all the way up to 112, 272 and beyond. All right, and beyond. Good morning, everybody. Yotam Skellick says, love your channel. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Glad you're here. You're going to learn some things. All right, so let's go over here and look at where are we at? Is it this one? Not this one. Here we go. So here is my entry on this Euro USD short, and I am still holding that. That entry is at 1.17827. Basically took an entry on this push higher here. And then let's go look at the entry on the pound dollar. And then here is my entry on the pound dollar. Took a short here, looking for lower high to be put in, and then downside continuation. Now last night I wasn't feeling so swell, so when I went to bed I did post in the Discord that we would be, for my London Open people, if you were looking to trade the London Open, to watch in between these two lines would be a fantastic entry for a short during the London Open. This high was put in around 1 o'clock in the morning, so it was a little bit earlier than the London Open, but you can see these are those two lines. Traded up, then you pause, boom. Upon taking out this bullish candle's low, that's a signal, right? That's a signal. You could have taken a trade there, put your stop above the high. I understand that's in hindsight, but I put these two lines in to be watching for potential short entries. This would have been your entry, right? This is your resistance, hourly resistance. You didn't quite get a test, but that's good enough. I put these lines in last night before I went to bed. So that's what if I would have been awake during the London Open, I would have smoked this right here. I'd had a perfect entry on it. And it's getting massive continuation to the downside, just straight 4 hours straight to the downside. So you probably will see a pullback right now. So I wouldn't suggest you getting short right now. Here is hourly support. You are trading into hourly support right now. So yeah, maybe if you get a pullback up into this candle's range, maybe then you can look for entries to the short side. But it's highly unlikely that you get that during the New York Open. I just don't see it trading back up that high. Good morning, all. Good morning. Corrector spelled your name wrong. That's fine, man. Don't worry about that. I don't sweat the small stuff, guys. Don't sweat the small stuff. And let's get back over here and look at Bitcoin real quick, as that is it on everybody's mind. Click on Bitcoin, please. Thank you. All right, so let's get off of this. Let's go to the daily first. All right, so people that follow Jordan Lindsay's channel, Conquering the Markets, you know that this is what he deems the most important trend line in crypto. You can see that we're a long ways from testing that. And to be honest with you guys, if we do test this trend line again, price could be all the way over here in October before you finally do get a test of that. And if you look at my cursor, you're going to be below the low that was put in before you test this trend line again. All right, so I'm sure he's probably looking at a different trend line at this point. So I'm going to get rid of that one because in my opinion, it just, once it does come back into play, price will be below the yearly open, which will be terrible. Terrible for anybody who's leveraged long. It's not terrible for spot holders. So here we are. Let me get rid of the 8 hours. This is from yesterday. I was posting on Twitter. All right, so here we go. Daily resistance was this level here. I posted this on the weekend on Twitter saying that this is your objective daily resistance, and then down here was your objective daily support. And this was going to be your price range for the bigger part of this week. So far it has been, right? What we are looking for is we are looking for this weekly range to expand to the downside, unfortunately. And I'm going to go into the reason why. As of right now on the weekly, you can see that you are trading as an inside week. So you may not do anything but chop around for the rest of this week. So you have your range to watch. Daily objective resistance 44,897, daily objective support $40,719. While you're trading inside of those two areas, you are range bound. Okay, you're range bound and you have the opportunity to get chopped to pieces. Here was daily support put in from this bearish engulfing or outside day reversal candle here. So that was also daily resistance. This was the level that I've been watching right there, 43,575, and that price might be different on any other exchange. This is Coinbase's exchange. All right. So that's the level right there, daily supply, also known as the Heath level if you're new to the channel. So there it was. That's the level I was watching, and you can see that it held. You did get 2 days trading inside of that, but it's the closures that matter. There is the close. Boom. That is a rejection. All right. You took out this candle's high and then closed below that candle's open. So you're seeing continuation because of that. If we go to the 8 hour, you can see it even better. All right. Here's your 8 hour. There's that level. That's the daily here. You can see you got an 8 hour closure above. What do we call these things when you get a close above resistance? A possible trap. In order for it to be continuation to the upside, you need this thing to come back in and test. And where I would have wanted to see Bitcoin stop is here, 8 hour support, or here at the very lowest, 8 hour demand. You sliced right through both of those, closed lower. Then the next session traded up into this, retested that as resistance, and you are seeing continuation to the downside on Bitcoin. Right now, what you seem to be doing on a smaller time frame is you're coming back up in to test this session candle. It's an 8 hour candle, so it is a session candle. There's 3 sessions a day. London, New York, Asian, there's 3 8 hour candles a day. So I treat these as an entire session. They don't, actually they do open pretty close to, yeah, pretty close. 3 o'clock is the London open. This candle starts at 4. So yeah, here's your Asian candle. Here's your London session. You're trading back up into resistance, possible resistance at $42,166. For the bulls, you need an 8 hour close above that, right? You need to get an 8 hour close above that. For the bears, you can get a stab all the way back up to 43,178.02 for possible bearish continuation. Now, I wouldn't like that so much if it got back up there, because you would literally be taking out the entirety of the Asian session. Now, if this happens over a multitude of days, like all week to get all the way back up there, then yeah, I'd be looking to short that, right? I'm already short. I got short on this candle here. Now, it brought my cost basis down. I got short on this push up. Then I took profits on the move lower. So I was in this trade all the way down to here, but it wasn't with a full-size position. So I wanted to get short again on another full-size position. So I couldn't do it here. Or did I do it there? No, I did it on Sunday. Here, let me get to the daily. It was Sunday. So it was on this here. This is when I got short again. And it brought my cost basis like down to 45K. So from all the way up here to down here. So right now, all I'm risking is unrealized P&L. My stop is setting at break even because I don't want to lose any of my money on the trade, right? So by lowering my cost basis, it allows me to get re-levered up, right? I'm able to put more leverage back on because I'm opened a new position. It has dropped my cost basis, but I was in a lot of P&L with this move lower. So basically it just covered that P&L, readjusted, and now I'm situated around 45.5, fully levered, ready to rock and roll. And my stop is setting up break even. So if we get some random BART spike, takes me out of the trade, I'll survive. The only thing I lost was unrealized P&L. So no risk at all. That's why I'm levered up to the max right there. There's essentially no risk. And that's the way I like to trade. When I can get levered up on positions and essentially have no risk at all involved outside of the unrealized P&L, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. So we're going to see what happens, right? I'm expecting downside continuation. We see if we'll get it or not. Downside support now is going to be there, daily support, because that's your daily close yesterday. And you can see basically you're trading under it, right? You've went up, retested another daily Heath level that was put in here, right? That big bullish spike, and then there's your retest of it. You're heading lower. So you guys, once again, this is the best technical analysis that you will find on YouTube as far as price action analysis. You will not find it any better. Sunday morning for my members only live stream, this happened. This move right here. And basically what I was saying to them is you see this move down, right? You trade sideways, find support, then you get a big spike to the upside. I said I wouldn't be surprised if this week you come back and get a massive move back to the downside. Because people are going to be looking at this as a bullish move. But they're not understanding what it actually potentially could be, which is short covering, right? Shorts covering, portfolio rebalancement. That could cause a massive spike like that. Doesn't mean that there's real buyers in the market, right? It doesn't have to be real buyers. It could be sellers exiting positions. Now, this isn't a fast move to the downside, all right? So you could still find support here. You could absolutely find support here and rip to the upside. You do have support down here, and you're getting closer and closer to that. So if we put a fib on this bullish move from this low all the way up to this high, you have dropped below your 618. But remember, traps exist. This could be a bear trap. So basically, if you're bullish, you want to see price get back above this swing high, which would be above the 50% retracement of this main advance. Now, if you stay closing candles below the 618, then chances are this low is a bearish target. All right? This low is a bearish target. And that's your objective daily support down there. Also, let's get back out to the daily because I want to give you an in-depth analysis as to why I'm short. Here's your RSI. You are firmly positioned below the 50, which means it is a bearish momentum, right? That means the bears are in control of the asset on the daily. I only look at the RSI on the daily time frame because I just want to know who's in control of price. If it's the bulls, it'll typically be above 50. If it's the bears, it'll typically be below. Here are most of the most famous or highly sought or highly used moving averages. These are all MAs, right? You got the 20, the 50, the 100, the 200. This is why you're seeing support down here, right? You have the 200 exponential moving average on the daily down here. You've lost the 50, the 100, and the 20, but you're still above your 200. You did get a closure below the 200. This was your bounce. This was short covering only. This is not buyers. When it's buyers, price makes higher highs and higher lows. This is one bounce. That's all it was. This is short covering, and this is shorts loading, reloading back up again. This is why price moves in waves. And that's what we're going to continue to look for. I think that this 200 moving average could absolutely hold support. Bitcoin could absolutely start trading higher from here. So just understand if you are taking new shorts into this area, You are potentially shorting at the bottom. The short was up here, right? Or here, or here. Not here, not here, and maybe not even here. You're not looking to short the bottoms, guys. Now, if this is going to be a continuation leg to the downside, then you will more than likely see prices hit $37 as a measured move. Okay, as a measured move. So, yeah. Swing low down here, daily support, $38,000. So that'll put you right around the measured move. So if this daily objective support breaks, next daily objective support will be $38,191.41. So good morning, everybody. What's going on? I only just missed that pound USD trade, says Adam Marshall. Yeah. I mean, I'm watching the charts all day, all night, man. You know what I mean? I understand that most people are not going to be able to do that, but I can, so I take advantage of these moves when I see them. EJ Milk Max, ETH, you were a legend. I missed you. You're welcome back anytime, my friend. You know that. In Australia, at least I'm awake today. Nice. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bitcoin coming in for the retest. For the retest of what? For the retest of what? So I know that you wrote this comment early on into the stream, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. If it's retesting any, I don't see this. I mean, if you're looking for the short, it was retesting daily support, and it was also retesting this stuff up in here. Right? This candle. That's daily support. That's also the open of your 8 hours. So yeah, I guess you could call that coming in for a retest of that. Just remember the 200 is down there. So be careful on executing new shorts under 42K. What's up, Richard? Or Ricardo, apologies. Morning all, good morning. Hey, he's quite bearish on Bitcoin, not making any four consecutive higher lows on the daily 4-hour possible bullish test of 42K. What do you think? I'm confused. Yeah, man. I mean, if you're listening to Jordan's analysis and other bulls, and then you come over here and you listen to my analysis, it is going to be confusing. The reason that I do this, guys, is because it's important that you understand the downside. Nobody else is talking about the downside. Jordan does say there could be downside, but people only hear what they want to hear. I am not bearish on Bitcoin. I'm shorting Bitcoin with Bitcoin to add to my Bitcoin, if that makes sense. So that means long term, I'm long on Bitcoin. I want to own as much of it as I can possibly get my hands on. So instead of shorting it with US dollar and screwing up my overall long position, I can short it on the inverse swap contract. Now, I don't know how long I'll be able to do that for because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. KuCoin could not be allowed. U.S. might put in regulations that says I'm not allowed to trade at KuCoin anymore. And I follow what the U.S. says because I live here, right? I have to do that. It's the law. So if that happens, it happens. But for now, I'm going to take advantage of whatever time I have with it. So, but here's the thing. Bitcoin has made a new daily downtrend. I'm a price action analyst, and I got caught up in the hopium just like everybody did over here, and that was my fault. I was kicking myself in the butt because here when we took out this low, I should have had everybody exiting their positions, right? Every single person should have been exiting their positions around there because that's a good sign that you're going to see continuation. Since you've been doing this, everything's been higher highs and higher lows, right? But this over here is different because it's a lower high, and then once you take out this swing low, it's a lower low. So this started a new downtrend. Now, you did start a new uptrend here when you took out this swing high here. Then you put in a higher low there, and then you've been trading up. But the problem is you had a lot of sellers watching that area. And I've been talking about it since when Bitcoin was here. I've been saying, look for a bounce back up to anywhere from $49,000 to $54,000 were my exact words. And then watch out for heavy selling. What does heavy selling look like? Well, you put in a nice bull trap and then boom, that's heavy selling. So it played out exactly like that. And the reason I say this is because I want you guys to understand your downside risks. I'm a price action trader and I'm a short-term trader. I am looking to capitalize on daily and weekly range expansions. Everybody else is long-term. Now, do I honestly believe that Bitcoin is going to hit $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 by December? No. No way. I do not see that happening. Do not see that happening. You have to basically, that would be a massive move. Massive, massive move, man. This is the thing that Bitcoin bulls are forgetting. Let me show you this. Bitcoin has already made a monstrosity of a bullish move already. Everybody's forgetting about this. Now they're looking for Bitcoin to do something like this. That's 105,000. All the way up here. What? Are you serious? Come on, man. No, I don't care what the models say. I do not see that happening by December. Now, that is only my humble opinion, right? It doesn't mean that I don't, that's just my opinion. It can absolutely do whatever it wants to do. But looking at the way price is acting, seeing that everything is coming to pass since I've been saying look for that to happen, that's when I would be looking to execute short positions, and I have been crushing it. Shorting this. All right? I'm making money to the downside. If Bitcoin was bullish, I would not be making money to the downside. It's that simple. I would be getting stopped out. So just make sure you understand that you have started a new downtrend. If you have purchased Bitcoin above this swing high, you may never, ever, ever, ever get back up there. Not at least for the next halving event. I'm not saying that this is a top. I'm just saying it could be. It could be a top just as much as it could be getting ready to make a new all-time high. It could be. Just be careful. Please be careful. Last week I shared my thoughts on the monthly candle for BTC that will close below 40K. Notice how the previous 4 monthly candles have been trading roughly in a $13,000 range. Thoughts on this trend? Yeah, it's consolidation, right? See, we went over this a little bit as well in the Sunday's members only stream about what I said on Twitter. I understand that I am wrong about the fact that there is one time in Bitcoin's history that it did make a 80% drop and then 4 months later made a new all-time high. And this is doing that. Like, it is doing the same thing as you did back during in 2013, meaning your monthly candles are closing bullish. On the monthly, this looks like a pullback. It absolutely does. On the monthly, this looks like a nice big strong candle taking out multiple months of price. Some people would call that a blow off top, right? But you found a bottom. Is this the dead cat bounce? Or has Bitcoin found a support and is now moving to make that higher high on the monthly? We will see. You got 2 days left on this close. I'm going to tell you this right now. A close below this open isn't going to be good. And oh yeah, you also have that there. $41,499. That can act as support. So you got the 200 down there. You've got last month's open down there. You've got a lot of support confluence down there. Be careful on executing new short positions where we currently are. If you're looking for a short on Bitcoin, what I suggest you do is wait. Wait for Bitcoin to come down, test this monthly demand zone, and when it bounces from that monthly demand zone, look for resistance to hold around 41,000 bucks. That's going to be the next spot to look for a short if Bitcoin gets back down into these regions. All right, but this may hold support. Now, in order for Bitcoin to make a new all-time high by December, seeing how this is September, October, November, December, you got 3 months to go. You need to start closing bullish candles. not making bearish ones. So that's going to be, but Bitcoin can move, man. Look at the size of this candle. So can Bitcoin find support here and put in this same size candle here and make a new all-time high? Absolutely. 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 But most retail don't have that much patience and all that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. As of right now, it's bearish. I'm shorting it. You have started a new daily downtrend. High, low. Lower high, lower low. So yeah, looking for this to find another. You could trade all the way up to daily resistance and still be a good short, in my opinion. So I am aware that could happen. You could get a bounce down here and you could trade all the way back up to there. But that would be an area that I'd be looking for to hold as resistance. So I mean, it is what it is, right? It hurts, man. I can understand that. Also, Link USD, if you have the chance. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go look at it. Sorry, that's not it. I meant to click this. Link USD. Here we are, Mr. Linky Stinky. Stinky Linky. So Link found resistance at an old support level. This bearish candle. So when this bearish candle put in its close, this was a retest of it. There's your breakdown. You never did get a retest of that level once you broke down, okay? You never retested it. Technically, you didn't have to because this wick traded up into this wick, so there was no inefficiency there, but it was never retested. Well, here's your retest. And what happened after that? Well, the sellers have been in control. Your technicals bearish, right? You're below the 50 on the RSI. You are in. The bears have control. That's bearish momentum. When you're under 50, it's bearish momentum. This is worse than Bitcoin. You're trading under all of your moving averages, all four of them. The 100, 200, 50, 20, all above price. That's another bearish sign. So I mean, I would be looking for shorts. You just took out support to the downside on a close. This was support. There's a close. Next objective support, 2142. Trade up. This thing's going to trade up. Probably find resistance anywhere from 24 and down. And then, boom, that's going to be the bearish target. Unless something miraculous happens and the buyers step back in. Guys, this year, we have seen crypto assets do unthinkable things. We've seen some crypto assets do 13,000, 14,000% to the upside. You have to step back and grasp reality. Is it plausible that you're going to see another 10x on these things? With the world's narrative the way it is. These are all risky assets. So if it's going to be a risk-off environment, you're going to see these things fall. People will exit these trades. They will be looking for safe assets to hold their money until the Fed figures out what they're going to do. So this looks like you're starting to move lower. I would only be looking for shorts on Link. Only be looking for shorts. First place that I would be looking for that short would be here. $24.51. If it trades up into that, I'd be looking to short that. Right? Unfortunately, I can't help it, guys. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is just a pullback. Look for Link to get up to $1,000 because it's not happening. This was a blow off top. Blow off top has already happened on most of your crypto assets. If they don't want to say that Bitcoin hasn't experienced one yet, this did. This is a daily. There's your high. Boom, 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 boom. That's a blow off top. So what happens in a blow off top? Well, you typically get a dead cat bounce. Then you see price enter into its bear market phase. So far we got a dead cat bounce, and what happened on that dead cat bounce is high. Boom, boom, boom. So just be careful if you're looking for longs. Understand your risks. Understand that there is a possibility that these things, all of them, including Bitcoin, have topped out. I'm not calling a top, just understand there's a possibility there that it has. Good morning. If you see this, can you check on NOI? Yes, I can, Kimberly. Absolutely. It actually got a bit of strength, but it's doing the same thing that the rest of them are, right? Big, massive move to the upside. One last stab to liquidate everybody, all the shorts, and then boom, blow off to the downside. This is what I was watching for the bullish position, and you can see that once you did get a legit breakout, it just for like next 5-6 days went straight up. But that was the trade, right? That was the trade. Here is your daily Heath level right there at 0.546. You traded up into it, and boom, then the sellers reemerged. Here's your low on NOIA, USD. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. Here is your low. That's your swing low. So upon making this high for bullish continuation, what you must see is you need to see price trade down and find higher low support. You did not. You came down and boom, you just took out this low. So now what you're probably going to see is you're probably going to see a lower high. And that can happen anywhere from where price is to, well, let's just throw a fib on it. If you love it, then you got to put a fib on it. There you go, right there. You could trade all the way up to these two areas, and more than likely that's where I would be looking for to exit my position or look to enter new shorts. Yeah, you even took out the ascending trend line, and it wasn't a parabolic trend line neither. It was a nice, slow moving, just what you would want to see in a bullish thing, and boom, there you just lost it. And this is the thing, if everybody got long here, but you shouldn't have, because time and price matters, right? Look how fast it got back down here. So this would have had to been looked at as a bounce only, especially since you didn't take out the high of that bearish candle. So you traded inside of this bearish candle. Not quite, you did take out the low, but you did not take out the high. And you're seeing continuation to the downside. Welcome to the prop firm level, my friend. We do live stream every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But those will be uploaded to the community page as well as for the Patreons. So yeah, it looks like it's going to head lower, but you have put in a pretty decent move to the downside. So look for this thing to find resistance. And so far, the first place to look for that resistance will be that, right? That is a daily supply zone right there. If that doesn't hold, then the objective resistance level will be 41.5622 there. And then you can trade all the way back up to the fibs in here. But I expect it to turn around. It just looks like it's done. A lot of these things just look like they're done, unfortunately. Hi ETH, can you please also look at ETH and suggest a short position? Alright, let's go look at ETH and see. I haven't looked at it in a while. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, it can find support here. There is a demand zone there at 2608.12. Let's get our technicals up just to see briefly how they're situated. Alright, so that's to be expected. You're testing the 100. So ETH didn't test the 200 yet? No. So ETH hasn't even tested its 200. So you could look for that. That would be my target. Alright? And what I mean by that is, this is the thing. Bitcoin's setting at its 200. So if Bitcoin finds support, this will too. So I would watch this area here. Alright? If you find support down here, see what ETH did. ETH did find support with this bearish candle. So Bitcoin didn't, but ETH did. Let me pull this up so you can see what I'm talking about. This support here. See? You held support. You're trading below it right now, but chances are you're going to get a push higher. So watch this level first, 30.78. Don't just randomly short that. You gotta see rejection. And then daily resistance is 31.54, depending on how big your bounce is, or even if you get a bounce. And then the next level is up to here, old support there, right? So you got 3 levels there that price could typically or potentially turn around. I wouldn't be looking for shorts if you take out this swing high and don't instantly reject, right? So what I mean by that is if price does get a bounce and trades all the way back up here and takes out this swing high, I want to see a rejection immediately. Like I want to see an hourly go up, and then I want to see another hourly go right back down, but big down. Like take out 8 or 10 hourly candles range. Then I would be looking for shorts on a bullish push up into that bearish candle's midpoint or something like that. Even the close or the open of the bearish candle. It's impossible to pick out a good spot for a short. I don't like taking a short where it is now. Absolutely not. I'm short from up here on Bitcoin, up in here. So yeah, you're probably gonna see. We'll see. I mean, I want to see bearish continuation because I'm short, but we'll see. All right. So watch the open of that bullish or the close of that bullish candle for potential resistance, that supply zone for potential resistance, and that resistance for potential resistance. At any one of those 3 areas could potentially be good spots to enter new shorts. Hello. I see the green in the horizon. It's possible. Absolutely. This could be a big nasty bear trap, right? These lower highs and lower lows could absolutely just be a bear trap. Bear traps typically happen on dailies, not weeklies and monthlies, right? So the weekly, yeah, you've taken out resistance. Last week you took out resistance. This week you're inside weak. This week that's the target for the bears is your weekly low, 26.58. Will they see it? I don't know. This was a pretty big expansion to the downside, and then you closed way back up there. So it's not typically what you want to see in a really bearish asset. This is what you want to see, right? You want to see those big, massive red candles. But it does look like it's looking like it's topping, right? I mean, if you're a pattern trader, you're staring at a double top on the weekly. That's a weekly chart. Potential double top. There was a bullish trap there. As soon as you got a weekly close below that bullish candle, you should have been done looking for bullish entries. If you're a near-term scalper like I am. Can you check ETH? Yeah, that's what we just looked at. Doesn't look great. ETH great analysis. BTC hurts in the short term, but we have to consider year over year for the last 10 years. Year over year, Bitcoin has been posting 200% returns annualized. Not every year, but if you did an average of, how far Bitcoin has come, it's done 200% annual year over year returns. So yes, I understand. Bitcoin's extremely bullish if you look at it like that. But we also know Bitcoin does put in bear market phases. And if we are in the beginning of a bear market phase, I definitely don't want to be buying up here. I want to wait until we get near the low. Or a few months before the halving, right? A few months before the halving, let Bitcoin find support. You got a halving coming up in a couple months. Look for buying opportunities. That's when you buy Bitcoin, right? Not up here at $50,000. Is there a confirmed trend change on the move from 29,500 yet? Wouldn't a lower low need to be taken out yet? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see. I'll go back to Bitcoin. Well, I could have stayed on that one. From 29. So you're saying wouldn't a lower low have to come down here and take this out to confirm a downtrend? It does. It does. If I got news for you, if you come down and take that out, you're done. You're done. All right? You're done. It's over. You're not going to see an all-time high again. Not for at least until the next halving. That's your yearly open. Bitcoin has only ever one time put in a yearly close, a red candle on a yearly. If you get back down to 29K, 27,737 is your yearly low. Here's your yearly open. You get below 28,990, this will be red. And it will have a nasty wick on top. That will be disgusting. It's just, that's too much. That's already, I mean, potentially it can go higher, guys. This can be a pullback. Absolutely. All right. Anything at your 618. And look where you are on your yearly range. 618. You're right at it. You're right at it. Now, there's your yearly range. Yeah, but you've already taken out those lows, so I don't know. I mean, people are going to be looking at that. So you could potentially find support here. Absolutely. This is your monthly, that last month, so this could be a pullback. We will see, right? But on the daily, all you need to do on the daily to make a new daily downtrend is put in a low, a lower high, and then another lower low, and that's what you have here. And remember, every time you get those, you get some continuation. All right? You don't do it in uptrends. You do not do it in uptrends. Downtrend. Lower low, lower low. Lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low. And then here's 2017. Here's your high. There's your low. So once you take out this low, you have a new daily downtrend. There's your lower high. Boom, there's your lower low. This whole entire move should have been looked to be shorted. But you don't just short randomly. You wait for support or resistance. And you would have seen resistance right here. This push lower, taking out that bearish candle, this retest would have been your short entry. And not just in hindsight, that's how I trade now. That's what I do. That would have been where I entered my short position. Right there. Right? That's my strategy. That's where I would have entered. So that's what we've got now. And remember, when we did put in this top up here, put in this lower high, and move down here, took out the low, you have to get above this before you can say Bitcoin is doing anything different. Because this is your lower high. You have to get above that in order to say that this is now bullish. See, ETH went up almost all the way to the high before it rolled over. Sadly, Bitcoin went up to the 618. And that's the level that I was telling you guys to be careful. And there it is. Like, just as pretty as can be. 2 daily closes above. That's a trap. Look what came in next. Boom. Now, if you want to say that this was caused by FUD or anything else, you're just wrong. It's wrong, because I was telling you that this is where sellers like to exit their positions. Why? Because they missed. Professional sellers don't sell. They don't panic sell. They know there's going to be a bounce. It took a long time for that bounce to happen. Here's your bounce. So anybody that missed getting out up here, they're getting out here. New and also short sellers know that. You knew it too. All the subscribers of this channel knew it. One guy even asked me, now that we got a weekly close above that, what are you looking at, Heath? My exact words to him were, let's make sure next week isn't a trap. Next week, boom, trap. So I look for short upon entry of this bullish candle. That was my short entry. That was my short entry, and I've been short ever since. And I have seen no reason to exit that position. That was my entry. Right there. Flawless. So we will see. You have another one here. That could be a good spot to look for possible short entries. 46.027. You can see how your tide has changed. That's all I'm saying. You can see the difference in the chart. This one candle right here took out this week, this week, this week, and this week. Look at that. One bearish candle. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Done in 1 week. Then you had a pullback into resistance. We attacked that like it was no tomorrow. We, professional traders. Boom. And look who's winning. We are. The sellers. So be careful getting long. That's all I'm saying. I'm not calling a top. I'm bullish long term. I want this thing to go to a $5 million so I can retire on a beach in Fiji. I don't know if I'll ever retire. I love charts. Love them. All right. Sorry about the rants, guys. I rant a lot. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Got to check my account. I think I had a sale to set trigger anyway, so somewhere around the top level. Good. Fantastic. That's the way to do it. Hands down the best trading channel, reality checks included. Absolutely. It's about reality, right? I'm not trying to shill your bullish. I don't want to feed into your bullish narratives, guys. I want to teach you how to trade. That's what you're here for. You're not here for me to blow smoke up your butt and say, buy Bitcoin, it's going to $1 million. Make sure you like and subscribe. No, I'm trying to teach you how to do this the right way. There has never been a monthly close greater than 68% after the monthly candle from November 2013. No, but I got news. There has never been, since 2013, every time you've seen a 50% correction or more has called the top. That was the only time in Bitcoin's entire history during 2013 where that wasn't the case. So all the other times in Bitcoin's history, if you got a 50% top, that marked the top. 2013 is the only time it didn't. So people are hedging their bets that we're seeing price action like we seen in 2013. Do you see the thinking in that, how the thinking in that is wrong? First off, you're taking the one and only one time that something happened and you're thinking it's going to happen again. Secondly, you're ignoring the fact that all the other times, the other 4 times that it happened, it called the top. So there's more, there's more of a chance that this is the top than there is that it isn't. There's a 1 chance, one out of 4 chance that this is not the top. Then there's a 3 out of 4 chance that says this is the top. But past performance is not indicative of future results, which is why I don't go by charts. Like I don't go by those other things that people are putting out on YouTube. I go by price alone, because price tells you the truth always. Even if you don't like where it's going, it's still the truth. It's still where it is, right? It's still where it is. And that's how we make money, is we buy and sell to be on the right side of the markets. And I can tell you right now, since $52,300, the sellers are now the ones on the right side of the market. And that's a cold, hard truth. That can change. It can. Bitcoin finds support down here and you get a higher high over this. My next target would be this, because I follow price. I do what price tells me to do. Interesting that this candle was taken out April 17th. The next monthly candle has roughly 68% gain, which is the biggest gain on a monthly candle after November 13. That range is insane. This candle's range. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Let me see if I can get it to get on there. That's an 80% gain in 1 month. Now, it didn't close up there, but look at the price range. The price range itself, 32K, that's just roughly to 58K. So, what? $25,000 candle. So this is Bitcoin's old all-time high, right? 0 to 19K. This one candle, this one monthly candle is bigger than from this high to 0. This one monthly candle moved further than Bitcoin ever has before in its entire history. It's insane. Absolutely insane. This was possibly your blow off, right? This here. That's massive. That's not on log. Look how disgustingly huge that is. Like, that's, man. It's insane. And those are monthlies. Green month, green month, green month, green month, green month, green month. So, yeah. I don't know that this is going to go lower, guys. I don't. But to me, it looks like it is, and I got my money where my mouth is. But once again, I am long-term, I am bullish on Bitcoin. All right? Something like this. And I hope not. I hope not. I really do. I hope that does not happen. I really, really do. Man, I really do. But we'll see if it does, right? If it does, I'm positioned for it. That's all. That's all I'm saying, right? I don't know if this is the top or not, but if it is, I'm positioned for it. If it ain't, I'll exit that position. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right, where we at? Got it, flawless. I'm short DJI since the 9th of September. Dow Jones Industrial. I know you're in a good stock. You're in a good trade. Because yeah, since the 9th of September. Let's go over here. So did you nail the top? Is that what you're saying? No, wait. We're in September. Heath, settle down. Since the 9th. So you got in here. Nice job. Just so you know, it's coming back to your entry. I hope you took profits down here. This could be. Let's go look at S&P 500 real fast. Because, like, yeah, see? Resistance. You're seeing continuation. This trend line has been broken to the downside. If I put it back on the chart, let me put it here. You can see what I'm talking about. I can't remember if it's this low to this low. Yeah. There you go. And then if you want, you could do something like this. From this to this. This is why trend lines are so subjective. So there it is, right? Boom, boom. You could tell price was absolutely respecting this trend line. There's your breakdown. There. Put in a daily resistance level here. Price put in a low. Boom. This is your quarterly open also. It's a perfect tick of the quarterly open. Found support. There is absolutely buyers setting at the quarterly open on the S&P 500. Came back in, tested resistance in the form of a horizontal level. Also testing resistance in the form of an ascending trend line. And you're seeing continuation to the sell side from that. It can absolutely find support and go higher. It can absolutely. I'm not saying that this is the end of the bullish run on these things. We don't know what's going to happen. But it looks to me like people are starting to exit their risk-on assets because of the uncertainty. What's going to happen when the Fed announces that they have to start to taper? They have to start slowing down on the money, on the bond buybacks, on the purchases. All that stuff's got to slow down. The market's not going to like it. The market isn't going to like it. And I think that's what you're seeing the beginnings of. I don't know. I think. And I could be wrong. 100% I could be wrong. But it's what it looks like. A beach in Fiji. Are you familiar with? No, I've never been there. I have never been to Fiji. I've only been outside of the U.S. once. And that was on a cruise. All good rants, or all good sir rants a lot. We are here for it. Nice. I appreciate that, my friend. Like and subscribe. Make sure you do that. All right, let's get on down to these. Okay, there was. Excellent. Really enjoying it. Valid info. Pi cycle was triggered then 2. Pi cycle was triggered then 2, which has been flawless at picking tops. Would need to get above 300k to be triggered again this year. Yeah, but also remember the Pi cycle was built recently. So it was built with that data in mind. Right? So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It called the top thus far. And until you make a new all-time high, your top is $64,000. Until you get above that, that's your high. And it absolutely could be the all-time high for many years. One thing about BTC in its bull market phase in October, December is when it makes its biggest move. So if you aren't short already, I would definitely wait for it to pull back into resistance. Yes. Most Decembers is when Bitcoin has absolutely ripped shorts' faces off. Absolutely. But yeah, we'll see if this year is going to be different. Let's go back to the 2017 bull market cycle. And wait a minute. No, I think you're saying, oh, this ain't even it. This is that lower high. I keep getting messed up on. Yeah, December just running straight up. Put in 3 days of a pullback, and then boom, there was your all-time high. 20k. Here's your lower high, lower low. Then it's just lower lows, with bounces in there. Then this is when everybody started buying back, right in here. This is where you want to buy again. See, another thing, I want to say this in closing, guys. I have to get off. I need to start looking for some positions. But the other day, I said it on Twitter. You know what I mean? Obviously, I understand that I'm wrong. But this is also something here. If you use that 2013 peak, that's the only time Bitcoin ever retested its old all-time high. So if you go to the BLX index, this will be real quick. That's another reason why I didn't even include it. Right? I've deleted everything. So this is it. No, that's then. Where is it? Here. See, this is your 2013 high. This is when you dropped 80%, right? It pulled back, came in. This was your 80%. Then boom. Well, you've already done that, right? Bitcoin's already done this big boom. It's already happened. So also, look, you came back in and tested this old all-time high. That's why I didn't include it. Because if you look at every other all-time high, Bitcoin never retested its all-time high. Old all-time high. So here's your old all-time high at 19K. Bitcoin can trade lower for bear market and never get back down to 20K. May never, ever, ever get back down there. Right? If this is the beginning of the bear market, Bitcoin can find a bear market low anywhere. It could be 22,000 is Bitcoin's new bear market low. No one knows what's going to happen. No one ever knows. These past performance is not indicative of future results. So just keep that in mind when you're taking these executions or trades. Just try to take the higher probable setups, right? Look, if you're looking for shorts, look to sell tops. Don't look to sell bottoms. If you're looking for longs, don't buy highs, buy lows, right? These markets, they move in waves. You get higher highs and higher lows, and then lower highs and lower lows. Look at those peaks and troughs. That's where you're trying to learn how to enter your positions. With that being said, guys, if you have any questions, as always, drop them down in the comment section below. When YouTube gets done processing this video, make sure, if you haven't already, like,